To begin what is far from a somber video, I'd just like to give my love and support to Rob, whose son-in-law died a couple of days ago. God bless you, mate, and I'm always here. You know ways of contacting me. I'm always here if you need to talk. It's as simple as that. Nothing but love. I saw the funniest YouTube comment of the year so far today on a video of David Attenborough being interviewed, and in the interview he said that he was always very cautious and wary of animals when he was interacting with them, and somebody in the comments put, "It's all very well David Attenborough saying that he was cautious and careful with the animals. If only his brother had taken a leaf out of his book when he opened Jurassic Park." Just watching an interview with Paul McCartney, and he was asked a question about when he became Sir Paul, and a lot of the comments underneath this particular video were calling him a sellout. It's always young people who seem to be in charge of bandying about the term sellout. You've got to be over about 45 to start to understand what it's like to see the world from an older point of view, and yeah, you realise that the word sellout actually means just mellowing with age. Gonna get out and about, and whilst I was out and about, I'm going to record a few. Well, I was going to record a few thoughts, but it's relatively windy. It doesn't come across the moment I start filming it, but I guess I could follow some of the online tutorials and put a little anti-wind muff on my on my phone, but it's just too much like hard work. If vlogging takes any kind of effort whatsoever, I've got like about a 20-minute rule of recording and editing. Otherwise you're just getting into the realms of the madness of those people on YouTube, young people saying, "Oh well, I've got an editor and it takes about 24 hours to process my videos." Think, what the hell are you doing? Get an iPhone. Nobody cares about the quality of your videos. Get your head out your arse and record something decent. Maybe put some decent amount of time and effort into ideas rather than production. We've all met this person. In fact, I've been this person. I'm sure you have as well. But you know that mentality that makes points by mixing brute force, gravity and objects to make a point that no one understands. Passive aggression at its finest, I guess. Not once in the history of mankind has somebody been oblivious as to what they're doing wrong in life. Heard somebody down in the kitchen slam a cup down, slam a tin down, slam a saucepan down, walk upstairs, slam a door. Not one person in history has ever thought, "Oh well, there's my lesson learned. Now I know what I've done wrong." It just creates an atmosphere. I remember when I was growing up, we had a dog in my family called Ginny, and she was a beautiful creature. She was a Labrador, golden retriever kind of thing, cross collie. She was beautiful, and my parents used to say, "Oh, poor Ginny, she can really sense an atmosphere, and if ever there was any raised voices in the house or somebody was sad, she was absolutely beside herself with panic." You know, you could see her sort of, she'd come up to you and nudge your arm if you were crying or anything like that. She hated anything that she didn't understand where she could understand. There was an atmosphere there, and it's amazing really thinking about how emotionally intelligent that dog was. I saw a story about a whale protecting a diver from a shark for a good 20 minutes. She thought the whale was trying to kill her. The whale was nudging her with its nose and not letting her sort of get out of his sight, and yeah, she was nervous after sort of 20-30 years of swimming with such creatures that she was on the way out, but the whale was protecting her from a shark that she was unaware of. Incredible, the arrogance that we've got, that we think we're the most the most emotionally intelligent creatures on earth. It's just a nonsense. But yeah, it's incredible how people end up, I know I have, trying to appease people who've got this inability to ever come clean You know, I've always been at odds with that whole idea of people being keyboard warriors and sort of being all brave and in your face online, and then if you bump into them in the street, they're a completely different person. The online and the offline persona should be identical. I know there's even sort of people who watch my videos, amongst the number of people who do that, who disagree with me. I don't think that we should have any respite from that which we are, you know, that means other people are left in the dark as to who you truly are. I think it's a very dangerous thing. You know, I've said in the past that, you know, I think it's been more or less sorted out these days, but as regards the abuse that people used to get on YouTube and the comments that people could make, maybe some of us even made some foul comments back in the day, that I said people should have to pay to comment. It's as simple as that. Their freedom of speech should come at a price. They should have to be accountable for what they're saying. Anonymity is not safe online. It really isn't, not in that sense. It doesn't bear close analysis, I know, because there are some notable exceptions, but people are capable of destroying people with words and typing, and they're totally unaware of what they've done, totally unaware of the severity of their trolling and everything like that. They probably just go about their day. You know, this is one thing that I've always found sort of peace with regards to aggressive trolling online. Is that person who's death-threatening you and threatening to expose personal details or addresses or anything like that. Chances are, just like the rest of us, they put the keyboard down, and the next thing they say is, could I have a half return to town, please? Thank you very much, good man. Here's my £1 for the journey. You know, it's very few people, their persona online very, very rarely follows them into the real world, you know. And I pride myself really on being exactly the same person, if slightly more light-hearted this side of the camera as I am that side, you know. Whatever that means, you know, just mean in real life or online. It's very late, that's why I'm having to be quiet, by the way. But yeah, I've had it in my life with people who decide that to make a point, they will create an atmosphere which just brings people down. I'm in no state mentally to be dealing with passive aggression. I'm so grateful that I'm so aware of concepts like passive aggression and gaslighting, because they are such an absurdly in-your-face norm. And the less that you come back at people, which is what this last couple of years has forced me to do, at work, in this house, everywhere, I've been a pushover. And the less you stand up to people, the less respect they have for you. But I'm in no fit state, as are not a lot of people, you know. There's a lot of people who are struggling in the world, who just get abused into the ground. I think very carefully about concepts like, if you've got nothing nice to say, just shut the fuck up, you know. I really do think very carefully. But I've given, you know, and this isn't a situation that's worthy of praise, because I've done it for myself, but I've given a lot to people around me in the last couple of years, and I've had it all thrown back in my face on every single occasion. And I have to deal with people slamming doors and slamming objects down to make a point that everybody else is wondering, well, what the fuck's all that about? I'm in no fit state to confront people. The last time I had to confront somebody was on New Year's Eve, and I hated it. Just hate being put in that position. I remember saying during this altercation, don't put me in this position again. That's the thing, isn't it? That is one of the most difficult situations in life when you just want to live in respect and peace, and other people push you to have to say something you don't want to say. Your heart's beating out of your chest, your adrenaline's flowing, you feel like shit. But their behaviour has got to a point where you just have to react. I think so much about what and who I used to be, and how much of a living by example apology I have to commit to this world, you know. I'm so ashamed of some of my behaviour towards people with regards to passive aggression, and even, I don't know, just sort of gaslighting people, knowing truths that I twisted to suit an agenda, you know, my own agenda. I think so many of us have done it when we were a lot younger, and sometimes to really good people. But I'm telling you, that peace that you think might exist in appeasement is just a nightmare waiting to happen. Between about September and December of 2020, my anxiety was just uncontrollable and unmanageable with regards to seeing or speaking to anyone. And that was a slow deterioration. Certain life events, you know, it didn't help it at all. But so much of it was me just thinking I try so hard. Present version. I know there's a lot of people who could come across this and just think, but you used to be a... You know, who are you kidding? But I've been the best version of myself in the last couple of years, and I'm relatively proud of it at times. But it's done me no favours. Oscar Wilde said it's life's a choice between solitude and vulgarity. And I'm 100% with him on that one.